Welcome back to the Trade-Off Podcast. Today we're going to talk about finding your perfect woman.
Oh.
My name is Ryan.
And I'm Alex.
And we're here for another episode of motivation, kick out the arse for discipline, and to make sure you're staying on track with your goals. Otherwise, you will perish like most people do, unfortunately. So, let me get into this.
I'm interested to hear this one.
Success is very much like finding your perfect woman. Now, when I say success isn't directly linked to money, Lamborghinis.
People just think that, don't they?
They always think that. When you say successful, they think wealth. No, it's not. Success is you achieving a goal you set out to achieve, regardless of what that goal is. So if your goal was to get up on time every single day for work for 30 days in a row and you achieve that, guess what? You've been successful at getting up for work on time. That's just a small goal, right?
Yeah.
If you're not getting up for work on time at the moment, you're a fucking lazy bastard. Get up on time.
Set another alarm, you prick.
Set another alarm. Put it across the room so you get out of bed. You could be studying to be a teacher, right? You've now qualified, boom, you're now a teacher. Guess what? You're successful because you've achieved the goal you set out to achieve, being a teacher, right? So now we've cleared that up. Success isn't directly linked to being wealthy, rich, etc. So if I said to a man, a single man, describe to me your perfect female. What is your perfect wife? He can most probably name off 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 points about the perfect woman. Not just physical traits, but also personality traits, mindset traits. You know, what sort of food do they like? Are they brunette, blonde? Are they redhead? Big boobs, small boobs, curvy, not curvy, tan, pale skin, light skin?
Do they actually identify as a woman?
Do they actually identify as a female?
Fucking 2024.
Some people are into trans.
Watch us get cancelled.
So, a man now, theoretically, I just said, describe to me your perfect wife. He's written down all these points on a big sheet of paper. I then turn around and I say to that man, now what type of man attracts a woman like this?
Yeah.
Now he's got to think, okay, what type of man does attract a woman like this? So now he knows, right, definitely not me, I'm a little bit overweight. An overweight man isn't really going to attract a woman like this unless he's a billionaire. So, all right, great, I need to get in the gym, boom. She want me to be a bit smart, I've got to dress a bit nice, I've got to smell good, I've got to look after my house. If I bring her home after a date, my house is a shithole, is she going to be impressed by that? No, she's not. So now he knows the type of man that he's got to be to seduce, to attract a woman with those qualities.
And a bit like in The Matrix, when he says, you can know the path, but walking it is a whole different thing.
Walking it is a whole
and
different
so
thing.
many people know what they need to do to be successful, don't they? But they don't. They literally know. There's a blueprint. For anything that you want to do, there is someone that's fucking done it.
Someone that's done it, yeah.
There's someone that's done it. All you need to do is copy the blueprint that they've done. Maybe not step for step, maybe you're slightly different, but you can follow the basic steps that they've done.
You can do
but
that.
It becomes difficult when you hit your first hurdle, doesn't it?
It does.
That's the main thing.
It's mindset. And that is the difference. You can follow someone else's blueprint, but you can't follow their mindset.
Yeah.
And mindset gets better with experience. That's why it's important that people should never give up. Why? Because if you keep going, you get more experience, you get a tougher mindset, you're then going to achieve more. So, getting back to the story. You now know exactly what type of man achieves, maybe not achieves, attracts a woman of said qualities. So you know what to do. However, what happens down this road? The man starts going to the gym. He starts working out. After a couple of months, he's like, starts missing a few days.
It's hard.
Not really getting the results. It's hard. My joints are aching a bit. My muscles are hurting. I need more sleep. Cuts out of all these excuses. So he thinks, you know what? The colour of her hair, how big her boobs are, doesn't really matter that much. You know what? I can not really worry about those qualities. So now he's kind of diminishing, you know, what he wants the most in the world. He carries on another couple of months later. House is getting a bit more messy now. He's getting out a bit late for work. Do you know what? I don't really care about her personality traits. You know, as long as she likes me, you can see how now he's bringing himself down. This was his goal to start off
Bring
with.
his standards down.
He's bringing his standards down because he thinks, how much do I actually want this amazing goal, this perfect wife of mine? How much do I actually want her? Well, you know what? I can settle for this. This is exactly what happens with people when they're going for success.
And trading.
They do the same thing. And we're going to circle this right back around to trading as well. You just said it.
Yeah.
So with success, right, I'm going to use a monetary value. You want 10 million in the bank. Yes, it's 100% achievable. Many men across this planet have got 10 million in the bank and they started with nothing. So you know it's achievable, right? So now you've got to think, what type of man can get 10 million pounds in his bank? What type of man can do that?
Well, first off, a disciplined man.
A disciplined man straight away. Most probably a businessman, a man that knows about business. You might be saying, well, Ryan, I don't know about business. Go and learn about business.
Yeah.
You can't put a timeline on this. Yeah, but I want the 10 million now. Then you'll never get it.
Yeah.
You need to think long term. Okay, 10 million, I can most probably get that in X amount of years. Right, first of all, I need to start studying about business. I need to understand about business. I need knowledge. That's where you'd begin. But a lot of people, they can't be asked to do that.
No.
They want it too quick, so they never truly start because they want it too quick. How ironic's that? You want something so quick that you never even start because you know it's going to take time. So now you've just guaranteed you'll never get it at all.
It's
fucking crazy.
It's like the kind of thing when you get all these people that, I'm going to Ibiza, and they want to get in shape. And they start 6 weeks before they go. You needed to start 4 months ago, 5 months ago, right? You're not going to do anything in 6 weeks. You might lose a little bit of water. You know, you might do a little bit of a keto diet, whatever you're going to do. But you're not going to achieve it, right? And what happens is, they knew they were going on holiday 6 months before they went. So they go, right, I'm going to start getting in shape. Then they get asked out for a meal. They get complacent.
I've still got 5 months.
Yeah.
I've still got 4 months.
And before they know it, and they could have done it at nice, steady progress and done it nice and comfortably, right? And then they get 3-4 weeks out and they're like, fuck.
Panic stations.
That's it. Right, I'm not going to eat anything. I'm going to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning doing the stepper. You don't need to do all that. You just need to do gradual steps to get you to your goal. Trying to jump from A to Z is never going to get you there.
And this is actually a very great analogy because this person had, like you said, 6 months ready to get in shape. They could have gone 6 months to get in shape. Perfect. They left it down to the last minute. But why do they want to get in shape anyway? Not just so they could be a healthy, physically better looking person, feel confident about themselves, because they knew they had something to get in shape for.
Yeah.
That was it. As soon as that holiday's done and gone, what are they going to go back to?
The old routine.
Old routine, eating shit. That ain't good enough. If you literally want to be the ultimate person you could possibly be in life, you got to be doing these things regardless of what's motivating you.
And how you feel.
You had the motivation of going on holiday to Ibiza. Well done, congratulations. You got fit once in your life.
And you're gonna all that work anyway. You're gonna ruin when you're away.
You're gonna ruin it when you're away.
So it doesn't make
just
any
you take your top off for the first couple of times round by the pool party.
Yeah.
So you now know how to look at success. Whatever it is you want to achieve, you got to think, okay, what sort of person can achieve this goal? That's how easy it is. Don't overcomplicate it. I want to start my own business in this niche. Okay, what sort of person can start their own business in this niche? This type of person. Write down the qualities of that person. You now need to become that person.
And it's not like super
easy.
difficult. It's not crazy personality traits or anything like that. You just need to look at the core foundation of what makes a successful person, whether that be a sports person, whether that be, a trader, a businessman, whatever it is that you're looking at, you need to make sure that you know the steps you need to get there. And it doesn't mean that you have to follow their same path, but you need to know a rough guideline of what it takes to be successful.
Yeah, and that is right, a rough guideline.
Because don't try and be a copy of someone else in business and in whatever you do. If you set out with the goal to be an exact carbon copy of someone else, you're never going to be good, because you're never going to be as good as the real thing.
And you're always going to be comparing yourself to them. And
exactly.
Comparison is the thief of joy.
Yes, because you've got to think about, when you start a business, let's say you want to start a soft drinks company, right? Is your end goal to take out Coca-Cola? No, it's not going to happen. They own everything. But what you can do is, if you work out that the market cap is, I don't know, like, let's say 5 billion, you only need 1% of that to be super successful. Yeah, but people look at success as, I want to be like Coca-Cola, but they've had a head start of 150 years, 100 years, however long they've been going.
And they got the monopoly of the market.
So you've got to remember, what is success to you and what is it in realistic terms? In realistic terms, if you're 40 years old and you want to say, right, I want to do a bodybuilding show, great. But you're not going to be Mr. Olympia because you're past your prime. There's people coming up that have been doing this already for 20 years who are still younger than you, and they're going to do it. But you can be successful in whatever you choose to do within reason. You could go and take part in a national show for over 40s, and you could win, and you're successful in your specific niche of that topic.
Yeah, exactly.
The same as trading. Are you going to go away? Are you going to start trading today, and are you going to go and make £100 million a year bonus? Probably not. Is someone that works at Goldman Sachs one of the top traders? Maybe. They've been doing this for 15, 20 years.
Exactly.
And not only that, they're trading a £500 million pot of money.
Yeah, and this is where it circles back to trading perfectly.
Yeah.
Because many people come to us and want to learn to trade. They go, right, I need to make this much now. I need to make that much every month. I need to replace my wage.
I think it's important to say, when people come to us, we turn a lot of people away. We don't just say, oh yeah, we'll teach you. If I do a Zoom call with someone and they want to come and work with us and they haven't got the qualities that I think that they need, or they're not giving me the right kind of vibe or anything, I'll be honest and I'll say, at this point, I don't know if trading's for you, because the expectations and the things that you're saying is not realistic for where you are and where you want to be. If you tell me that you want to be a full-time trader making 100 grand a year in 6 months, it's very unlikely it's going to happen. I mean, of course, there are stories and, there's things that does happen.
Yeah, we've got some exceptional students.
You need to find someone that's going to be honest with you as well and accountable. If you've got a partner, like your friends, right? If you're overweight, unfit, broke, living at home with your mum and dad,
I won't be saying you're skinny,
bro. Yeah, riding the bike,
in the gym,
and you go, yeah, that's it. I want to get a girl. It's just like Beyonce. They're going to laugh. If they go, oh, that's great, mate, then they're lying to you. You need to be around some more realistic people, right? They should be telling you, come on, mate, right, either lower your standards or make yourself better.
Make yourself better.
And if you want to make yourself better, you should have a mate there.
Become the person that attracts that type of person.
And the right people around you, like a mentor or friends, you'll have one person that's interested in the gym, and you can go to him, mate, I want to get into the gym.
Help me keep you accountable.
Yeah, keep you accountable. And that's what you need. So just remember that you need to have those qualities to be successful. When you start, you have to have the right, the right ability to be successful, or at least say or believe the right things. Because if you go to someone and you just say something that's completely unrealistic, they're going to go, I don't think this is for you.
Simple. And that's what happens, as Alex said, sometimes we have Zoom calls with aspiring traders that want to come in, they want to start the automated trading, they want to get into trading, want to earn an extra income, which is great. We got hundreds of thousands of people that have been taught by us, and we've seen a lot of success. But some people, when they first come to us, they haven't quite got the traits that they need yet. So look, go away, work on this, let's catch up in a few months. Then you may be accepted into the program. The reason why it is, one, we don't want them to waste our time, and we don't want to waste your time. What's the point? You're not going to get any success. And our mentorship company is only successful if we make people successful.
And also, we've got 5 kids between us. We've got enough of people telling things to do that they don't listen to us.
We don't be looking after any more babies.
I don't want to tell someone any more than I already have to do something and they're not listening to me. Or tell me to shut up, like my kids do.
So with trading, some people do slip through the net. And they're like, I've got to make this much, I want to make that much today, blah, blah, blah. I say, well, what type of trader do you think can make 10 grand a month? You've just started. You've been trading for 24 hours. What type of trader do you think makes 10 grand a month every month?
One that lives in Dubai.
And then they got to look at themselves and they go, that's a good point. Not someone with 24 hours experience can make 10 grand a month every single month. A trader with knowledge, discipline, someone that's actually spending time on self-education. They're asking mentors the right questions. They're putting in the effort. That sort of trader earns 10 grand a month. And 10 grand a month in the trading niche isn't actually a massive income. You can achieve that very comfortably using funded trading accounts.
If you've got a 200 grand trading account, you remember that's 5% a month.
5% a month. So, and you're making 10 grand minus your profit share. So you can see how achievable these things are. But first, you've got to ask yourself, what type of trader can make that sort of money? And then you start asking yourself the correct questions. Then you start to upskill. Don't forget, not everything's going to be achieved in a time frame that you want it to be achieved in. But that doesn't mean that it can't be achieved. Impatience kills so many dreams, so many aspirations, and makes people give up on their goals so much more quickly just because they're impatient, then end up achieving fuck all.
You see it with new starts. Everyone's super motivated when they do something new. So everyone, they're starting a gym, they go out and they buy all the supplements, all the clothes and that, then they stop going, they start trading, that's it. Right, I'm knocking everything else on the head, I'm going to do trading. The initial motivation that you get from starting something new, it's great. I call it shiny new object syndrome.
This is true.
Anytime you get a credit card, you go out and you put £200 on that credit card for no reason whatsoever because you've got a credit card. Anytime you get a new car, you will find any fucking excuse to drive that car for no reason whatsoever. Oh, I need to go to the shop. Just drive down to the shop. Oh, I need to go here. After 2 weeks, the car just sits in the drive and just becomes a car. Right? Anything that you do or anything that you get that you've been excited to start or that you're motivated to do becomes shiny new object syndrome. And you get it with kids. They get a new toy. It's their best toy. They love it so much. I'll take it to bed with me. And then they don't even know where it is. They've lost half of it. They're broken, right? And I see that at trading all the time. People always start out with the best intentions. And it doesn't mean that they have bad intentions or that they're bad people. Like, don't get it twisted. Not being able to do something or not being able to stick something doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just means that you haven't developed the character traits that you need to be disciplined, right? And it's like with parents. When you're parenting a kid, for example, right? Kids don't have the self-discipline to regulate, number one, their emotions, or number one, their initial wants.
They're like cave children to start off with. Cavemen running around.
They just want something, and they want it now, and they can't They can't regulate the thought of like, well, it's there. Why won't you just buy it for me, right? That's going to give them instant gratification, shiny new object syndrome.
Yeah.
But to make something appreciated and long lasting, they need to earn that themselves.
Got to earn it.
So what do? They come to a mentor, their parent, and they say, I want this. How do I get that? You give them a list of scenarios in which they'll earn the money to do that.
Yeah.
And then they get the reward. And I'll tell you that, anyone that's got kids, a kid that's earned something themselves that can't be taken away, because if my kid earns something, if my sons earn something with their own money, if they're in trouble, that never gets taken away. Because that's theirs, they earn it. If I buy them something and they act out, I'll take that away, right? Because that's mine. I purchased that with the knowledge and experience and the money that I've earned.
You're just borrowing it.
And I've given it to them as a treat, right? If they earn something, I'll never take it away. Because what that teaches them is, if I work hard, if I stick to a plan, if I do what's been asked of me, I'm going to be the type of person that gets rewarded. When I get rewarded, that's mine. I've earned it, right? If you earn something, it can't be taken away. That's why the gym and stuff like that and trading. Once you learn how to trade, you've earned a skill.
Yeah. You can't unlearn.
You can't unlearn. Once you've built a body from the gym, right? That's not something that someone can't walk into and go, you're a fat cunt, and just disappears, right? It doesn't happen.
It can't happen.
Right? It doesn't happen. You've earned that. And that's why you can tell a lot about someone about the way they take care of themselves. Now, I'm not saying
100%.
I'm not saying all successful people are in great shape, all right? Because if you look at, Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and that, like, they're not like the pillars of like physical specimens, right? But on average, if I'm going to do business with someone and they're a fat slob and they turn up and they got all their tie undone,
That's what I say. Never trust the fat mental.
and
Never trust the fat mental.
a bit of a coffee spilt all down them and that, and they're just generally untidy. I think you can't even dress yourself and be presentable and be on time and put across a good image of yourself. Why would I trust you to take care of my business?
Yeah.
And it's the same way. I tell you what, this analogy. You must get it all the time as well.
Go on.
People message me on Instagram. Hi Alex, I see that you're a Forex trader. I could do something for your business. I could help bring in X amount of followers, X amount of business.
Yeah.
Can I have a Zoom call with you? Right? I go, oh, interesting. Click on their page. 3 followers. I'm like, hang on. So this guy with 3 followers is going to build my social media presence, right? Now, the difference of that is, if someone came to me and they had 100,000 followers, 10,000 engagements on their posts, and they were running a successful business, well presented, they were living the life that I thought, fucking hell, like,
This is good.
This dude looks legit.
He's got a bit of proof of concept there.
I'd give them time, right? But if you're just some guy that's just appeared, the worst one is when you don't reply and they send you the video anyway. And it's like, oh my God,
Yeah.
please.
They love sending the loom videos. The loom ones. Yeah, I'll get those.
So I just like,
pain in the ass.
you need to be the kind, and now ask yourself, that person wants to run that business. What's the kind of person that will be successful in advertising, social media, social media space? Well, for starters, someone that's good on social media.
Yeah.
That's an absolute given. So what do you need to do?
Yeah.
Instead of trying to sell someone a product that has no proof of concept, build the proof of concept, right? People that go on Dragon's Den, they've got a great idea, and they go, how many units have they sold? Oh, actually, we've been going a year and we've sold none. Doesn't matter how good the idea is, you haven't managed to sell a single product.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with trading. People get these great ideas and these great strategies and they've built, and they show that, oh, it works on a demo account for a month. I've been doing it, practicing for a month. Okay, cool. Now, imagine what would happen if you walked into a stock exchange or if you walked into a brokerage firm and went, yeah, I've got a month's worth of broker printouts here. I'd like to show you my trading history and ask for some capital. They go, get out. Yeah. They want to see 12 months, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, right? So you need to ask yourself, what kind of person can be consistent with getting very little reward for 1, 2, 3 years, right? Because when we started trading, there was no prop firms, right? One of the people that I mentored this morning had seen like a Twitter rumor about FTMO going bust this morning.
That's very unlikely.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Look, they could happen. We don't know what's going on behind closed doors of FTMO. However, they've certainly lasted through the test of time.
Yeah, and also,
they seem quite a strong company.
Yeah, exactly. They're a regulated company. They're a recognised company.
Yeah.
They do a lot of business, right?
Got a lot of clients.
Someone said on Twitter the reason that they were looking at going out of business was because they're having to pay out too many people, which makes no fucking sense. Because they take 20% of the money that you make. So if they're having to pay too many people, they're making 20% of all those winners.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense, right? They've got an ideal business model. But someone was saying that, I went, okay, cool. Worst case scenario, they go bust. What do you do? Right? Because no one had prop firm capital. So this is why I tell people all the time, you need to build your back tested data. You need to build up your live trading logs.
Yeah.
You need to have attached to something like Trading Vault, your FTMO account, or a MyFX book,
building up
right?
evidence.
Build up evidence. So if prop firms disappear tomorrow, you can get in contact with someone that will provide finance, an angel investor, and say, look, this is my portfolio for the last 2 years. This is what I've been doing it. I've been doing it on a £200 grand trading account. I can trade. Let's work out a profit split where you give me capital, I'll trade your capital, and I'll make money. Right? That's what we did when prop firms weren't around.
Have a backup plan.
Yeah, have a backup plan. But what people don't do is they don't build themselves for success. So they don't do the things that they need to do long term to survive. They're looking at now, rather than what they need. And that's also what happens with Ryan's example of finding the perfect woman. Right?
Find the perfect lady.
Have you ever seen the unicorn scale?
Yeah.
When, a 10 out of 10 personality and a 10 out of 10 looks, right? 10 out of 10, it's a unicorn. It doesn't exist, right?
Doesn't exist.
No one's perfect. No one's perfect looking. No one's perfect in personality. You look at someone long enough, even the prettiest woman, you'll find a flaw, right? And for every beautiful...
Turns out fussy you are, I suppose.
And for every beautiful woman out there, there's usually a guy that's fucking sick and tired of her anyway, right? That's what happens. Because when you spend long enough looking at something, you find flaws. Nothing is perfect. Even a diamond. Diamonds have flaws, right?
It's human nature, I
So
suppose.
when you are looking at these kind of things, you need to make sure that you're being realistic. Because if you're only ever looking for a 10 out of 10 in personality and looks, you're never going to reach that goal. You've got to be realistic in your goals.
Yeah.
In regards to what you would like, Would you like to be able to go out and buy a £10 million house? Yeah, fucking who wouldn't? But realistically, your mortgage advisors are going to go, we can probably do $500,000, right? That's what they're going to say. So you've got to be someone that can not only be consistent in what they want to do over a long period of time, but who can be realistic. If you're not realistic, number one, no one's going to take you seriously.
Yeah.
And number two, you're just not going to reach that goal. And then you're going to be forever depressed because you're not reaching little goals, little milestones.
I'd say, being realistic for where you are right now. So I don't think there's nothing wrong with dreaming big.
No, not at all.
But right now, if you're just starting out, I don't know, let's say you just finished college, you've got £100 in your bank.
Yeah.
You're not going to go out and buy a Lamborghini, right? That's unrealistic.
Yeah.
Because the maths doesn't add up. That's not anyone putting a downer on
Maths
things.
not mathing.
Yeah, the maths just ain't mathing, right? That's not anyone putting a downer on things. That's just being realistic.
Yeah.
Right, you want a Lamborghini, but right, you can't actually go and buy one right now. You've got a couple of £100 in your bank, right? It's not going to happen. You've just finished being a student, you've got a qualification, whatever you're doing, right? But there's no reason that you can't think, right, I want one. How can I get it?
Yeah.
What type of person can go and buy a Lamborghini? Yeah. What type of person can achieve that? And then you got to think that. Then you go down the path. Boom. Then you can go and get your dream car. That's how it works. But like I said earlier, a lot of people don't want to spend the time that because you might think, actually, I can most probably get a Lamborghini in 2 years. Fuck, how do I want to wait 2 years? So you don't bother.
Yeah, you don't bother at all.
But then in 2 years' time, you look back and think, fuck me, that 2 years went quick. If I actually stuck to what I said I was going to do, I'd have that Lamborghini right now.
Yeah, 100%.
You literally would have it. Imagine the type of person that you could be, because there is a version of you which does everything that you said you were ever going to do.
Yeah.
Right?
And that parallel universe somewhere.
It's out there, right? And that version of you got up on time every day. That version of you ate a bit healthier. That version of you went to the gym. That version of you started that business. That version of you learnt about business, learnt about tax, learnt how to run a business successfully.
Yeah.
And that version of you has done everything that you ever dreamed that you did. Imagine that person.
And where they'd be.
And that person is waiting for you. You can be that person if you just do what you said you was going to do.
And also,
it all comes down to discipline.
If you just do what you say you're going to do, it's very hard to beat a person that does what they say they're going to do.
Very hard to beat a person that won't give up.
Yeah, that's it.
That's for sure. If you don't give up, I'm telling you now, you will achieve so much and experience so much. You'll gain so much knowledge, so much resilience in the world. You become so versatile. There's a problem, bang, next problem, let's go. You become almost superhuman in your mindset because you never gave up, and anything the world ever threw at you, you just carried on, smashing against it. Let's go. Bring it on. Next problem, bang, done, next problem.
Which makes you stronger.
Always going to be problems.
Yeah.
The only way to get stronger is to keep facing them, keep smashing through them, never giving up. If you give up, you guarantee it will never
Swiss Army
happen.
knife.
Then you've got to go and start again doing something else.
I was thinking that like a Swiss Army knife. When it
Swiss
started,
Army
it was a knife.
Yeah.
And then someone was stuck out somewhere and they went, fuck, I'll redo a tin opener. Yeah. Oh, well, look, tin opener.
Then they wanted a bottle of wine. Redo the corkscrew.
Yeah, corkscrew. Bottle opener. Oh, a nail file, right? Before you know it, this little thing, this little compact thing, it's so versatile, it can be used for anything, right?
Anything.
That's what your mindset will become. And at some point, someone went, oh, do you know what would be really great if we could have this in it? Oh, let's have I don't know, but something that was unrealistic. And they went along and they tried it and they went, right, we can't fit that in there, right? Yeah. And that's the same as when you start something, you have maybe, you know, I want a shoehorn, but you can't get a fucking shoehorn in a
shoehorn
in a Swiss Army knife, right? So that's an expectation that became unrealistic through the process of trying to invent it. So you're going to get some reality shocks when you start. And I think that's important to say. Everyone starts with the going, I want to do X in trading. I want to do this, right? I want to achieve that. When they've been going for 2 years, their wants and desires don't disappear. They still want the same things.
Yeah.
But what they do is they maybe reroute like a sat nav. They go, right, I want to get there still, but realistically, I understand that I'm not going to get there. Doing it this way.
They reroute through knowledge that they've learned.
Yeah. They go, the knowledge that I've learned along the way, the experience that I've had, have shown me that to attain this is achievable, but to get it the way I'm doing it is not achievable.
So like a visual representation of that is, you're here, you want to get to here.
Yeah.
But you can't reach here, you're not tall enough. So what have you got to do? You got to get little building blocks. Right, I can get to here, excellent. Right, what's the next one? I can get to here now, excellent. I'll get to here now,
Building on knowledge.
excellent. Bang, you're now here.
You're there.
You got there. It just took a few extra steps in between. You couldn't just jump all the way up here. It wasn't physically possible. You had to go to each step and then you got here.
Yeah.
And that's the part that most people don't want to do. They don't want to take these little steps to get there. They want to do the big jump. And because they can't do the big jump, they go, fuck that, I ain't going to do that. But then there's someone else which took these little steps. A year down the line, they've got everything you ever wanted to get. Just because they took the smaller steps. They were willing to put in the time.
Yeah, and then people say, oh, they were lucky.
They were lucky. No, they just did what you couldn't do. Or
What you could do,
you know
what you didn't
Not
do.
that they couldn't do, because you could have done it. You decided you weren't disciplined enough to do it.
That's it.
You weren't patient enough to do
And we
it.
talked about discipline before on, I think it was episode 1, being one of the most important traits of a successful trader.
Oh, mate.
You need to be disciplined enough to walk away from the market when there's not a setup.
Yeah.
You need to be disciplined enough in the example of like automated trading software. Disciplined enough to say, that strategy is not good enough to go live. I'm going to be, even though I've been starting on for a week or 2 weeks, I'm going to stop it.
Don't care.
I'm going to start
Next
again.
one.
Be disciplined, right? The minute you're not disciplined, you start to allow things that you wouldn't accept from other people.
Bad traits
and
to
bad
slip
traits
in.
to slip in, right? If you're disciplined in what you expect, you set standards, you draw a line in that, it's very difficult to go wrong majorly if you draw lines in the sand and go, that's a boundary, I'm not going to cross that boundary, right? And it happens with alcoholics, you know? The reason that people like alcoholics relapse is because they're not disciplined enough, right? Because what they do is they go, I'll go on a wedding, I'll have a beer, it won't hurt. I don't want to be the odd one out. I'll have one beer.
One leads to
that
two.
One leads to two, blah, blah, blah. If you draw a harsh line in the sand and you say, either number one, I'm not going to the wedding at all because I can't be around alcohol, or number two, I'm going to go there, I'm not going to drink no matter what happens. If you go there with that mindset, boom, you can't fuck up. You can't. It's impossible. Unless someone spikes your drink, right? You can't fuck up because you've set firm boundaries. And the same thing with your trading. That's why people have trading plans, right? And one of the most important
Keep them
things
on
is
the right path.
having a set trading plan, right? So, right, you notice that all of your losses come before 6 a.m. Guess what? Boom, firm boundary. I don't turn my computer on before 6 a.m.
Yep. Job done.
Yeah, job done. You've just got to be accountable and disciplined enough to hold yourself accountable.
And learn. Just learn from the processes that you're implementing into your everyday life. What I'm currently doing now isn't quite working for me. Right, then I need to make a change.
Exactly.
Or like Alex said, all right, then I don't do that before 6 a.m. because I keep fucking up before 6
Yeah,
a.m.
exactly.
Some of the stuff's very, very obvious.
Oh, 100%.
You just got to be willing enough to learn from your own mistakes and accountable enough to say, I fucked up. This isn't working.
Yeah.
I need to tweak that. Boom, let's keep moving forward.
And that's the difference between someone that... So I've seen people that are successful in trading.
Yeah.
And some of it's taken them a year, sometimes it's taken them 4 or 5 years, right? The difference is the person that took a year, they stuck out with the strategy and they understood that they were the problem, not the strategy. The people that take 5 years, they go, this isn't working, it must be the strategy, on to the next one.
Next one.
On to the next one.
Next
Same
one.
process.
Seen it so
They
many
go
times.
around, right? They end up back with you 5 years later.
Yeah.
And then they get stuck in. And there's literally, I've had messages, people go, fuck me, so-and-so's doing well, isn't he? And you go, yeah, because he was there when you started. He's now been trading a set strategy, disciplined, for 4 or 5 years. You've been
this is very
jumping
true.
around, jumping shit for 5 years, and now you're back where you were 5 years ago, and you've got to start again.
You got to start again.
And that's when people quit, because they go, they can't be honest with themselves, and they can't go, fuck, I should have just stuck with this. They go, I'm really down, a bit depressed about this, because so-and-so's doing really well. I should be in that position. It's not fair.
Yeah, you
That's
can't
out
play
of
that
order. Victim mindset. They quit. Guess what?
This is
65 years
very,
old,
very true.
retiring.
Because every successful trader that's in the Forex Club, every successful trader that I've ever taught, they all had that same trait. They're accountable. They didn't point their fingers and say,
No.
it's that fault, it's that fault, it's that fault, it's that fault. Whatever the fault is, whether it's a person or a strategy or the dog come running and accidentally press buy on his trade. I've heard all the excuse under the sun. The people, all the successful traders that have made good money and are making money consistently, all have that one thing in common. They're accountable.
Yeah.
They didn't blame anybody else. They just said, right, okay, that happened today. How can I stop that happening moving forward? Because that is not contributing towards me becoming a successful trader.
And that's just,
And then they cut that out.
it's not just trading. Anyone that's out there that's married or in a relationship, if you can't be accountable for your actions and your partner can't be accountable for actions, that relationship's never going to work.
Not going to work.
If you do something, the most important thing to do is go, look, I fucked up, I'm sorry. And that person goes,
It's only when you get better.
and I go, I appreciate that. What they're not going to do is accept it if you keep doing it. So that's where you need to be disciplined.
And then,
right.
keep blaming
Yeah.
the other person for it.
I made a mistake. I'm sorry. That's not going to happen again. And then they okay, no worries. And then what do? They stop listening to your words. They start watching your actions. Oh, he's not done that again. Then it builds a level of trust, a level of discipline. And that's what you need to do as a trader.
And then you've got a successful relationship.
Yeah, successful relationship. Trader is no different than
Marriage Guidance by Alex.
There we are. I'll start a TikTok page.
Yeah.
Relationship advice. But the most important thing as a trader, honestly, is understanding what it takes to be a trader and going after that mindset. You might not have that now. I don't really believe
But
that
you can obtain it.
that any successful person had all of those traits on lock from the start.
No, definitely not. Because you can't improve, learn and gain those traits unless you're gaining experience and actually trying to do the
How
thing
can
that
you be
wanna do.
resilient if you haven't had to go through things in your life to make you resilient?
Exactly. That's what makes a resilient person.
I think it's Alex Hormozy says. He says something about if you wanted someone that was resilient, if you wanted to build the perfect person to go into business with, and you wanted to build someone that was resilient, you would not pick a person that had never been through any hardships in his life. He's not going to be resilient. You want to be with someone that's been through difficult things and come out the other side.
It's exactly what we said in our last podcast as well. Like going through the journey, the process, all these tests, all these obstacles that get in the way, that's what's building you and creating you into the person that wants to be that successful person. You cannot be that successful person that you see yourself as without going through all them tests.
Yeah, you've got to do it.
That's what is creating you. That's what's building you into that person.
And that's what breaks people.
Yeah, but once you understand that that's what's happening, you welcome it.
Yeah.
Give me another test. Come on. I want my success quicker. Give me more tests.
Because you know that you'll
getting
find
better.
a way. Like, if you can't against a problem, most people stop. But you got to find a way to go over it or under it or around it or through it. You've got to find a way. If you just stop and go, well, that's it, you're done. You won't ever progress.
The best move.
What's the best move?
All the time.
I'm shit.
Always the best move on the board.
I'm shit at chess.
I'm not too bad. But I'm certainly not great.
We should have a live chess game.
Mate, we can. Chess.com. Any chess players out there, like, subscribe, and put in the comments if you play chess. Maybe we'll do a little chess evening on the trade-off. We can get a grandmaster chess player. That'd be interesting. Because I always find very high-level chess players very unique because they can think, plot, and plan ahead so many steps. So I think their life must be on lock because part of being successful throughout life in any endeavor is being able to think far enough ahead. Think, right, if I do that, that's going to happen, then that's going to happen, then that's going to happen. Okay, no, I can't do that then. Let's rewind. Okay, then I'll go there.
And doing it without anxiety, because some people think too far ahead and they get so stressed out, like, oh my God. Then you end up like one of these American people living in the basement with 10 years worth of food prep, just in case there's a nuclear disaster.
Just in case.
Yes, just in case. Anxiety ridden because they thought too much about it.
And on that bombshell, make sure you like, subscribe, guys, and we will see you on the next episode of the Trade-Off Podcast.
See you later.